milk thistle, burdock root, dandelion, hawthorne berries, and kudzu are herbs known to curb cravings and soothe the triggers of addiction, and as well as potentially helping with the post-acute withdrawal from either drug or alcohol addictions.
What is going on, everyone? This is your daily dose of mental health with Adam, and in today's video we are going to be discussing 5 medicinal herbs known to soothe addiction triggers and how it can also help with a vast variety of different types of conditions as well. Before I go any further, please like and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment, and now let's jump right on into these 5 herbs and how they can help soothe addiction. So before I talk about these 5 herbs, let's briefly discuss what is healthy eating. And first off, let's start with this. It is rebuilding one's capacity to cope with stress through healthy processes rather than addiction is an important part of rehabilitation. So healthy living, and this follows as well with healthy eating. So as your body adjusts to life without a certain chemical, which could be drug, alcohol, hell, even caffeine, anything that causes that addictive dopamine rush, you will likely still have cravings and triggers for it. So increasing your consumption of certain vitamins and nutrients, on the other hand, might help you overcome cravings and regain your health. Also, you should switch to a nutritious, rich diet, which includes lean proteins like poultry, so poultry like lean chicken, not fried chicken, eggs, fish, and non-fatty meats, and exclude, and here's the key, exclude excessive salts or salt, sugar, and fatty foods. Also things like candy. You can include whole grains, raw fruits, and vegetables in your diet. Also, it is a good idea to arm yourself with a multivitamin and mineral supplement, one that contains vitamins, typically B and C. Also, calcium, potassium, and magnesium will be good for your diet as well. You should make this a habit to eat every 3 hours to minimize hunger, which can lead to alcohol cravings, which will intensify after the alcohol shakes kick in. Now, I automatically jump into this because this is for somebody who is post-withdrawal right away. So I've talked about in the past intermittent fasting. That is for somebody who has been clean or free of drugs for multiple years. This is intended primarily for people who are really craving and are still fairly new to being sober, okay? So you're wanting, make it a habit if you can, to eat every 3 hours to minimize your hunger for drug and alcohol cravings. Also, stay away from sugary treats, as we said, candies, because you'll desire this after you begin to detoxify. They will honestly just exacerbate your drug and alcohol-induced cravings, and also they can cause tremors, because when you have sugars or even caffeines, you'll get the shakes, which could make those tremors even worse. The more you're able to drain the toxins out of your system, the less you'll experience when it comes to the cravings and even the withdrawal effects, and in particular with alcohol. And why I say this is with those shakes, because when you're detoxed from alcohol in general, those shakes will occur. Now, let's talk about the top 5 medicinal herbs to control addiction triggers. Let's check them out now. So number 1 is milk thistle. And milk thistle is a great herb for the liver in particular. Key, the liver, especially if you've been exposed to many chemicals. And what I mean by that is drugs, and in particular alcohol. It is very good if you have been a long-time drinker and you have a fatty liver. It is great at detoxifying your liver. The beauty of this plant is that it soothes the liver without interfering with its ability to remove narcotics and other toxic substances from the body. I'm going to repeat this one more time for you. The beauty of this plant is that it soothes the liver without interfering with its ability to remove narcotics and other toxic substances from the body. Now, however, this herb promotes bile flow, which, once again, bile is produced by the liver, and it may induce moderate diarrhea. There can be some side effects from it, which you can get in this milk thistle in capsule form, so you can have some moderate diarrhea, especially if you consume a high-fat diet. That's why I did that intro into healthy living and diet. But this isn't a cause for concern, as you can simply cut back on the herb until your bowels return to normal and then gradually raise the amount. So start at a low dose, start low, go slow, which is a big part I always promote throughout the channel. And always, when I'm talking about these five herbs, consult with your doctor. I am an RN, but I am not a doctor. I'm just talking about things that I've seen that have helped others, have helped myself, and what I believe to be very good for people who suffer in particular with those triggers, who want to use alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be. Number two is burdock root. Burdock root has been used for centuries. It's a very well-known, and it's an older plant for centuries, as a blood purifier, also as an antioxidant, and used for anti-inflammatory purposes, as well as liver and kidney, as well as for the liver and kidneys. The burdock root promotes the body's wastewater discharge as a diuretic, which diuretic is like losing fluids, losing that fluid, which essentially means it can assist in cleansing the kidneys. So when you're going through detox, or you've been using, your kidneys have a lot of those chemicals or even those toxins in there. And the burdock really helps just detoxify those kidneys. Also, the root it's nutritive, which means it contains nutrients frequently expelled from the body when the kidneys aren't functioning properly. So, if you can get burdock root in your local natural food stores, which can be tough, you can buy it on Amazon though. If you can buy it in the store or even on Amazon or online, use it generously in stir fries and in soups, and you'll see your addiction cravings slowly start to dissipate and disappear over time. So if you do use it, as said, make sure you use it in stir fries and soups. And it can be hard to get, but I'm telling you, this is something that I used actually in my past in a soup form, and it did really help with just generalized cravings in general. Number 3, dandelion. You might be asking, dandelion, really? Like, you think of the dandelion when you're a kid, when you blow on them, you're like, woo! No, dandelion. Dandelion can be used because it is very effective at helping your spleen. So, you might be asking, what is your spleen? The spleen is responsible for preventing infection, maintaining body fluid balances, and controlling red blood cell counts. And as a result of this, the spleen is particularly vulnerable to eating disorders. So this part of this video is dandelion. This isn't for drugs or alcohols. This is for triggers for people who have eating disorders. So dandelion can help with that. You can use the roots or the leaves, and you can even buy capsules of it or tinctures to add dandelion to your regular diet. The herb is reasonably safe and can assist in replacing nutrients that may be lost during eating disorders. Dandelion's cooling and drying properties can also reduce spleen edema and congestion. So once again, dandelion can really help with eating disorders. Number 4, hawthorne berries. Hawthorne berries can aid in strengthening a heart that has been compromised, again, by eating disorders or chemical drug addiction. So Hawthorne berries can be used for eating disorders or for chemical drug addiction, meaning multiple meth, heroin, you name it, even pharmaceuticals. So since they're a moderate heart since they're a moderate heart tonic, there's no risk in taking this herb as a preventative step, even if your heart is in good shape. Once again, make sure to talk to your doctor about this. My advice would be try taking this plant as a tincture as well, but keep in mind that you'll need to take it for at least 6 weeks to see effects. It's not right away. A lot of these you don't see effects right away. It takes time. That's why promoting healthy diet while doing this is very healthy. If you don't want to drink alcohol in a tincture, search for it in a form or a diluted form, and make sure you use it in freshly boiled water. This medicine will be left behind as the alcohol evaporates. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is Kudzu. Kudzu is one that I personally had never heard of. However, after doing my own research and reading about it, I added this one to the list, the 5th one. So this flower, leaf, or even root of the Kudzu plant are used to manufacture medicine. People employ Kudzu to treat various, and by the way, I'm just giving a real quick background on it. People employ Kudzu to treat various ailments, including alcoholism, heart disease, also diabetes, and there are many more, but there is no scientific proof to back these claims. There are none. This is just what people have stated it has helped with. However, there is evidence to imply that Kudzu has anti-alcohol compounds, and it might possibly have estrogen-like effects. Chemicals found in Kudzu may potentially improve blood flow to the heart and brain. Now, I say this because once again, all of these compounds I have just mentioned, it's not that they're treating your detox, oh, it's gonna help me get through it. It's to help long-term with the triggers of addiction. That's the whole point of this. And once again, please talk to a medical provider before using any of these compounds. And also, real quick, please like and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I love you all. I'm going to be putting out another video soon that will be talking about what it is like to work on the inpatient side of a psychiatric hospital on a floor that is not high acuity, but it's like medium acuity, where you're dealing with more depression, some bipolar, and also a lot of borderline personality. That'll be one video. And the second video I'm going to be going over again, I will be discussing antipsychotics again. I'm going to do another video on those as well, some of the side effects. And lastly, the third video that I'll be dropping as well soon will be, I'm going to be giving an update on my own personal recovery. Once again, thank you for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment if you've used any of these or if there's any videos you want me to cover. I love you all. Stay safe.